So, ladies and gentlemen, with the kids going back to school for the 2024-25 school year, we want to remind everybody about an important book geared towards children that came out in the winter of 2024. And it's something that everybody should get involved with because there's been efforts over the last while to get this athlete into the Hockey Hall of Fame because of his dramatic benefits to Asiatic hockey and people of color across the United States and Canada. Now, this is called The Longest Shot, How Larry Kwong Changed the Face of Hockey. Now, this children nonfiction chapter book by teacher historian Chad Sun and George Chiang has got major recognition since it was published in the winter of this year. It is illustrated by Chinese-Canadian artist Amy Kui. The book follows the life and ice hockey career of Larry Kwong, who overcame enormous obstacles to become the first player of Asian descent to play in the NHL, where he played one shift for the Rangers against the Habs on March 13, 1948. Now, the book was first published again in the winter of 2024. Now, ironically, the book's origins are very, very dramatic and very heartwarming. In 2007, Soon forged a lasting friendship with Kwong, extending over a decade. Their bond flourished through regular phone calls and frequent face-to-face encounters, during which Soon gleaned insights into Kwong's life journey and hockey career. Soon began a campaign to honor Kwong's hockey career with inductions into the BC Hockey Hall of Fame, Pioneer Award, and induction in the Okanagan Sports Hall of Fame, the British Columbia Sports Hall of Fame, and Alberta Hockey Hall of Fame before Kwong passed away in 2018. Now, upon finding inspiration in George Chiang's book, The Railroad Adventures of Shen Sing, he collaborated with Chiang to write a children's book about Kwong. The project gained traction when Orca Book Publishers became involved, with editor Kirsty Hudson suggesting it be transformed into a middle grade biography. And I've read the book, ladies and gentlemen, and that 104 pages is a tremendous, tremendous story of perseverance and dedication that all children will benefit from, no matter their background. Now, the narrative of the book commences by delving into Kwong's formative years in Vernon, BC, where he honed his hockey skills alongside his older siblings and local peers on frozen ponds. Rising to prominence, Kwong emerged as a standout player for his hometown team, the Vernon Hydrophones, guiding them to 3 consecutive appearances in the BC Provincial Hockey Title event, clinching victory twice. He earned his moniker, the China Clipper, propelling him to join the esteemed Trail Smoke Eaters during the 41-42 campaign, where he ascended to their top line until the team disbanded due to World War II. Now, drafted in the Canadian military, Kwong showcased his talents in the Canadian Military League for the great Red Deer Army Wheelers, pitting his skills against NHL stars. Kwong then caught the eye of New York Rangers, who extended an invitation to join their farm team, the New York Rovers. Kwong's electrifying presence on the ice captivated Chinese-American fans, significantly boosting the Rovers' attendance from 2,500, ladies and gentlemen, to 15,000 per game at MSG. Despite his stellar play, Kwong's debut in the NHL was long overdue. Finally, on March 13, 1948 against the Habs, Kwong made his NHL debut, albeit with a brief appearance late in the third period. Regrettably, that single 1-minute shift marked the zenith of his NHL career, as he was promptly reassigned to the Rovers following the contests. Now, Kwong moved on and emerged as a linchpin for the Valleyfield Braves in the prestigious Quebec Senior Hockey League, where he showcased his prowess for numerous campaigns. His illustrious career culminated in Europe, where he not only excelled as a player but also assumed coaching responsibilities in the Swiss Premier League. Now, the narrative extensively examines the pervasive racism that Kwong confronted, both in his personal life and pro-hockey career, which tragically thwarted his prospects of a sustained NHL tenure. It contextualizes Kwong's experiences within the broader historical backdrop of systematic discrimination against Chinese Canadians and Chinese Americans, exemplified by legislative measures such as the Chinese Head Tax and Chinese Exclusion Act. The examination sheds light on the enduring challenges faced by marginalized communities and overcoming barriers to inclusion and equality within society and sports. Now, the book itself has been recognized in numerous media and with the prestigious 2024 Junior Library Guild Gold Standards selection. Now, the book itself is geared again towards a middle school group, but can be beautifully recognized by people of all ages. It includes some beautiful artwork. The cover is tremendous and shows basically Kwong doing what he's do best, handling the puck with a Montreal Canadiens player trying to catch up with him but can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, recently Chad had posted something about people leaving reviews about the book to encourage more people to read it. We encourage people to do that. Again, The Longest Shot, How Larry Kwong Changed the Face of Hockey, is probably one of the most important middle school or children's books of 2024. It was a long way in coming, and I spoke to Chad about this many, many moons ago, about the efforts that have been put together to have him recognized. Now, we know that the Pro Hockey Hall of Fame, or the Hockey Hall of Fame, has been recognizing more people of color and women in recent years for their contributions to the sport. I hope that this book and the efforts of a groundswell of support will get Mr. Kwong into the Hockey Hall of Fame. It's more than deserved. We know he's been recognized by his regional and provincial Hockey Hall of Fames in the various areas he played for, but I think for 2025 it should be the goal of everybody in Canada to get him into Hockey Hall of Fame, because what he did, what he represented, was a dedication to the sport we all love. He was the player. If anybody of Asiatic descent was going to be a superstar in the NHL, it wouldn't be him. But his chances were kind of limited. But let's say later on in the 60s and 70s, people of Asiatic descent now have open roads to the NHL. He was a groundbreaker. But people of color have done so well in the NHL in the last 30 years. They're household names. And Larry Kwong should be a household name in every household, because he's a linchpin of hockey in Canada. A lot of success in hockey in the Asiatic systems across Canada, and you look at the Asiatic countries of the world where hockey is strong. Larry Kwong has been an inspiration to a lot of those people, because we share things about great players who come before. Just as important as Gordie Howe was, just as important as Grant Fuhrer was, just as important as Willie O'Ree was, in their respective categories, Larry Kwong is just as important. And this is a children's book geared towards everybody. Pick up a copy, Indigo or through Amazon or wherever you buy your fine books. Pick it up. I know Chad Soon and the Kwong family and all the participants in the book would appreciate it. So that's the story of The Longest Shot, and pick up a copy today. And the best way to support this book, it's been done before. Pick up 10 copies and donate it to your local schools or libraries. You can do that. For example, in New Brunswick, we have the provincial library system. They accept donations all the time, as long as it has like a registrant for ISBN and stuff like that. And give a copy to your friends. Give a copy to your son or daughter or granddaughter. It's quite the story. It's a true Canadian story of success, because Larry Kwong has always been at the heart what's best about Canadian sports. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a great August day. Chad Soon, thanks for your great work on this and all your team on the book. Don't forget, when you buy a copy of this book, you're celebrating who he was. He may no longer with us, but his spirit of success lives on in every great hockey player across Canada. Have a good one. Bye.